Hello everyone and welcome back to our home studio. I hope you all are doing well. In today's video, we are back with a face-off, and this time we have the two Adventure series bike with us. The Royal Enfield Himalayan versus the KTM 390 Adventure. But before we jump into the comparison, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring that bell so you never miss an update from Rail Explorers. Also, if you haven't visited our Instagram page, it is the right time to check it out. With the riding culture picking up pace in India, it was very important to introduce the mid-range Adventure series motorcycles with a mid-sized engine. And Royal Enfield was the first one to answer this call with its Royal Enfield Himalayan, having a 411cc engine, churning out a maximum 25 PS of power at 6500 RPM and a peak torque of 32 Nm at 4500 RPM. And then KTM came in with its well-known 373cc engine, and the motorcycle was called the 390 Adventure. So the Adventure was recently launched in its BS6 avatar with an engine outputting a maximum power of 43.5 PS at 9000 RPM and a peak torque of 37 Nm at 7000 RPM. Now with that, the Himalayan is mated with a 5-speed gearbox, whereas the KTM 390 Adventure is mated with a 6-speed gearbox. And the 390 Adventure weighs just 162 kgs with the help of its steel trellis frame. On the other hand, the Himalayan weighs 199 kgs. So the power to weight ratio for the 390 Adventure is way higher as compared to the Royal Enfield Himalayan. And with that said, in terms of performance, we rate the KTM 390 Adventure at 5 out of 5 and the Himalayan at 4 out of 5. Now let's quickly come to the second aspect, that is safety, which is very important when you are buying an Adventure series bike, because you're definitely going to take it on adventures. So keeping safety in mind, both the bikes now offer a switchable dual channel ABS. So you can use it in a supermoto mode and you can also use it in a dual channel configuration. Along with that, the 390 Adventure also offers you with a traction control, which is not yet present in the Himalayan. In addition to that, both the bikes get a 320mm disc brake rotor in the front and the Himalayan gets a 240mm disc brake rotor in the rear, whereas in the Adventure, the rear disc brake is 10mm smaller than the Himalayans. Also, the tire size on the Himalayan is slightly smaller than that of the 390 Adventure, but you do get spoke wheels in the Himalayan. On the other hand, in the Adventure you get stock fitted alloy wheels. So with that said, because of its dual channel switchable ABS and traction control, the KTM 390 Adventure again scores 5 out of 5 and the Himalayan scores 4 out of 5 because it still misses out on the traction control. Now the third aspect is also very important when you talk about the Adventure series. It is the range, and when you go out for adventures, it will be an added benefit if you get a longer range. But in this face-off, both the bikes offer a fuel efficiency of 30 kmpl and the Royal Enfield Himalayan gets a 15-litre fuel tank. On the other hand, the KTM 390 Adventure gets a 14.5-litre fuel tank. So in terms of range, there is not much of a difference in both of them. In a real life scenario, I really don't feel so that 500 ml will make a lot of difference, and that is why we have rated both the bikes 4 out of 5 in terms of range. I feel that a 19 or a 20 liter fuel tank would have been 5 out of 5 because you'll get more range. Now coming to the last aspect, that is cost, and the Himalayan outshines the KTM 390 Adventure here, because the Himalayan is available at an ex-showroom price of 1.94 lakhs. On the other hand, the 390 Adventure sits at an ex-showroom price of 3.04 lakhs, which is 1 lakh rupees more than the Himalayan. And without any doubt, the Himalayan scores 5 out of 5 in terms of cost and value for money, whereas the 390 Adventure sits at 3 out of 5. So by now, do you have a clear picture on which one is the winner? Well, before we jump on to any conclusions, let's check out the specification of both the bikes. Now let's quickly have a recap on the ratings. And in terms of performance, the Himalayan scores 4 out of 5, the 390 Adventure scores 5 out of 5. In terms of safety, the Himalayan scores 4 out of 5, the 390 Adventure scores 5 out of 5. In terms of range, both the bikes score 4 out of 5. And in terms of cost, the Himalayan scores 5 out of 5 and the Adventure scores 3 out of 5. And as you can see, we have a tie between both the bikes. Well, clearly the Adventure is way too powerful in terms of performance, and when it comes to value for money, the Himalayan takes our heart. So to clear this confusion in the air, we have few more aspects as always to help you decide which one is the best for you. So let's start with the ground clearance, which is a very important aspect for judging an Adventure series bike. And the Himalayan is high at 220 mm. On the other hand, the Adventure has a ground clearance of 200 mm. In terms of wheelbase, the Himalayan gets a longer wheelbase as compared to the 390 Adventure. In addition to that, the saddle height of Royal Enfield Himalayan is at 800 mm. On the other hand, the saddle height of 390 Adventure is at 855 mm. Now both the saddle heights are adjustable, so these figures are what you get as stock. You can get it adjusted as per your riding needs. Along with that, it's not just the performance Adventure packs, it is the electronics that it has. So along with a switchable dual channel ABS and traction control, you get a big TFT digital display which can be paired with your smartphone to get notifications from your smartphones on the display itself. Also, it is easier to use, so you have a complete digital console which actually gets software updates. Whereas the Himalayan gets a more traditional looking console with a mix of digital and analog instrument cluster. So with that said, both the motorcycles have got their own genuine accessories. So the KTM calls it KTM Power Parts and the Royal Enfield calls it RE Genuine Accessories. So you get lots and lots of accessories for both the bikes from their own manufacturers. In fact, if you want spoke wheels on your 390 Adventure, you can get it as a part of the KTM Power Parts. And last but not the least, the Himalayan is offered in 6 colors and the 390 Adventure is offered in 2 colors. I know you might still be confused about which one to go for. Well, frankly speaking, you should first take your budget in consideration. So both the bikes are 1 lakh apart, and you will have a clear picture looking at your budget which one to go for if you are looking for an Adventure series bike. I hope this video was helpful for you. If you still have any doubts in your mind, just post it in the comment section below, or you can directly get in touch with us on Instagram, Facebook or Twitter. We would love to help you. Do share this video with your family and friends, whosoever is planning to buy the Adventure series bike. I hope this will help them. Last but not the least, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring that bell so you never miss an update from Rail Explorers. We'll see you in the next video. Till then, stay home and stay safe. Bye bye.